Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry I lost my voice. I don't know why. I've just been so congested today, but it's only today that I've been, so I don't know why. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about the brand new Marvel Rivals character. It's going to be... Emma Frost. I'm first going to show you some of her abilities and a practice range, and then I'm going to show you some gameplay and give you my overall thoughts of my first game with her, and maybe a couple more highlights that I have for you as well. So if you enjoy this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get my perspective, a more casual perspective on the new character, as I've only topped in the low Platinum 3. So here we go. So let's start off just describing what this character is. Oh, and she likes it. Yeah, thank you very much for that. So let's describe what kind of character Emma Frost is based upon her like two different versions. Now, she's kind of similar, I guess, to Cloak and Dagger in the sense that she's got two kind of different ways of her attacking. She's got more of a ranged attack, even though it's not very far. I mean, you can see it only reaches, I think, about what, 20 meters at most. And then she has also a different version of herself when you click shift, which is a stronger version, but it's more melee centered, less range that she can kind of cycle in and out of. So that is Emma Frost, and that's kind of how she works. So what I wanted to do here actually is I wanted to talk about what her abilities are and how we can do it. So let me kind of give you an example here. So let's go back up here and I can show you what I'm talking about. She's got her first initial version, which is her sort of attack, and it kind of works like this. You have to be, I think this is, you have to be 10 meters. You have to be 15 meters away. That is how far her initial attack is. And it really doesn't do a lot of damage. I mean, you can see you have to be pretty accurate for a long time for it to consistently do damage. And it also doesn't have any headshot multiplier, so that's a bit interesting. I don't know if that's my favorite, but nonetheless, she's got her initial attack here, and then she also has in this form of herself the right mouse button, which is a shield variant, and this shield is very nice. Think of it very similar to Doctor Strange's shield, to Magneto's. Like, it just eats bullets, right? We know what a shield does. We don't really have to describe that to you. And it has 500 HP, so if we go over here, we can see the shield has a good amount of HP. It's very nice. It's very awesome to see. And you can even do it from a super far distance. So if you have someone attacking your friend, you can push this shield farther away and hold it in front of them. If you want it to be at a certain angle or a certain point, this shield is going to be nice for that. And then she has an E attack, which is kind of interesting. So what this E attack does is you can basically attack them and you can kind of pull like crystals of their mind. It's kind of strange how it works, but when that happens, you can then shoot that mind thing right here, and you can see that it'll do damage to the guy himself. So that's kind of nice. I think that's pretty cool, and I think other people can shoot that and do damage to it as well. That's kind of her base version. You can see that the E ability is nice, right? It's like its own sort of like Ankh that we see with like Moon Knight. It's pretty similar to that, but that's that. And then we have her shift ability, which you can see here, she only lasts for 8 seconds, and she comes this metallic shield, and she does more damage in this metallic shield with her melee. Now you can only do this for 8 seconds, and you only can activate it every 15 seconds. And when that happens, you'll see here her two right click abilities and her E ability changes. Her other abilities turn into a E ability, which is a dash towards someone, and a right click ability, which is kind of like a round kick, similar to something like Black Panther has. But her E ability has another kind of sort of, I should say, aspect to it, which is it has a similar effect to the Hulk smash ability. So I'll show you right here, okay? We have the E ability, which, you know, you have your regular E ability here, right? You see that? And then you have your other E ability, which you need to be in the shift mode. And when you do go in the shift mode, everything will reset, and then watch this. And then you can easily do some damage. And it's very similar. She becomes a very nice melee character for a little bit, like a Black Panther, an Iron Fist. I think Black Panther is really the best way to describe the melee character that she becomes, because you get that double punch ability, you get that nice round kick ability, and the dashing ability, very similar to Black Panther. So what I always like to do, go into that E ability, and even if you're not able to get to that E ability, you can see that you can just kind of shift right on out of it and continue to go up. But I'm not gonna lie, this character I feel like has a very high skill gap. Like, I struggle using this character effectively, okay? And I think that's going to be apparent in a lot of the lower rank, that people are just not going to be able to use her very well. She's not very easy to pick up and go. Like, you need to have time with her for her to be effective. So let's use this Q ability that I really like. This is going to be her ultimate, and it goes something like this. So what her Q ability does for her ultimate is it'll bring people towards her and also damage them. So it's not going to do a lot of damage individually, especially if an enemy is healing. But what it's going to do is bring people towards you and make them to where they're easy to kill from your teammates. So like, look at this. See how I'm pulling them? See how I'm pulling them? See how I'm pulling them? Like, you want to stay in the kind of same person and focus on the same group of people to pull them so that your teammates are fine. Because if you're going to move around to multiple different people, it's not going to be the same. Now, at first, I thought this ultimate ability was going to be similar to like an aimbot, like a Star-Lord, but it's really not. It's really all about staying close and allowing them to pull to you. And if you allow them to pull to you, man, you know how easy it's going to be for other characters to do big damage, like a Hulk or other melee characters, if you're able to pull them near you. The ultimate ability is very strong for situations, right? You have someone on a point, you want to take them off the point, right there, pull them towards you. You have someone in the back line, you want to take them off the back line because they're focused on your healer, there's the way. But you see how I kind of faced away from them? You want to stay on top of them the whole time, and yes, they can still attack, yes, they can still move, but it's going to be very effective in that manner. So overall, her abilities are kind of nice. I really like it, but man, it's really hard to judge a character like her because of her different aspects that she has. Like, it's very hard to describe. I think what you're gonna see with not just myself but other people as well is they're gonna really struggle with the distance of this character's range, right? It's not like Scarlet Witch where she won't shoot at all if you are not in range, and it's not like Iron Man where your sort of beam can go forever, the entire distance. Man, you can really struggle with the distance of her normal mouse attack where she just kind of shoots a beam out. You can really struggle with that distance if you don't really know. You can see here, I'm shooting out, trying to hit people, and I don't realize what I'm actually doing until I get super close, right? And then this is me doing more damage with that ultimate, pushing that mantis of people towards me. I think that's a really good ability, and I think it's very, very strong. But man, like I said, this girl has a lot of issues, right? And I think the other thing that's really nice about this character as well is her ability to kind of armor up when she switches out, and the fact that she can kind of toggle between the two, and it's great for situations. But she doesn't have a sort of massive not one hit, but a massive attack that can do a bunch of damage at once. Her biggest, like, closest thing of that, I guess, would be either her sort of like spinning kick that she does, or in her normal version, that E ability where it's kind of able to suck out the brain and like crystals of a person. You're able to just shoot that kind of like it's an anchor for Moon Knight. But she doesn't have a massive attack when you are in need, right? Every single one of her attacks that you see are all gradual. They're all, okay, we do a little bit of damage at a time. And when you have a tank that it doesn't have crazy movement, or it doesn't have a crazy amount of health like she does, she only has 650 compared to a guy like Groot who has over 800, you think to yourself, okay, where is that big attack? Magneto has that attack with his like right mouse sort of charge up shot. Bruce Banner has that attack, or Hulk with that massive sort of jumping fist down. But this character, she doesn't really have that. Thor even has that. She doesn't really have that massive attack. So she's more of a gradual, she's kind of a support tank in terms of supporting damage. She doesn't go in and do the dirty work. She's kind of there to help her teammates and kind of do a little bit dirty work and rack up a couple kills in the way. But overall, as I sit here to struggle to play with this character, I wonder if it's me that's struggling or if it's the character itself. So it's kind of hard for me to rank a character that I didn't get to really dive myself into and really master. So overall, what would I give a character like Emma Frost? First off, she's bad as hell. You gotta respect that. I mean, she is bad. But if it is something else that I think I need to rank, I would give a character like Emma Frost maybe like a C tier, a B tier probably around a B tier, because I see that potential. But I don't think that she's as good as some of these other characters we've seen anymore. I don't think she's bad as Human Torch, but I don't think she's good as Invisible Woman. I don't think she's bad as Mr. Fantastic, but I don't think she's good as the Thing. I think she's kind of in the middle of these DLC characters, and I hope that Ultron is a little bit better. I think that she maybe she just needs a nerf on her initial attack, or a buff on her initial attack. Maybe she needs to have more health and kind of gain more armor when she kind of goes into her second form, her sort of metallic form or ice metallic form. I don't really know what the issue is, but I do think that she needs a little bit of a buff. But that's just me. I'm not here to complain and say that I'm not enjoying the character, because God damn it, I am, and I love playing her. She is fun, but I think that she could be buffed a little bit and be useful. But you know what, guys? This is just my opinion. A guy that is barely Platinum 3, okay? Barely Platinum. So what are your opinions? You're probably better than me at the game. In fact, I'm usually playing support anyways, so I'm not one to use tank that much unless it's pennies. I love pennies, so, or strange as well. So let me know what you think. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.